As for the favorites, there is no need to define that. It's a choice by the people of America in the end. I've said that our so to say favorite was the acting president, Mr. Biden. He's been taken out of the race, but he advised all his supporters to support Mrs. Harris. That's what we'll do. We'll support her as well. That's the first thing. Secondly, her laugh is so expressive and infectious. That means that she's doing well.
Hey, welcome guys to the part 2 of the fallout from Vladimir Putin endorsement of Kamala Harris. So in this video, we shall be seeing the reactions from the US Justice Department and from the corporate media to the endorsement that Putin gave to Kamala Harris. Agencies and the justice system has gone haywire. Normally, Putin has always directly or indirectly thrown his support behind Donald Trump. But now he came out and endorsed Kamala Harris, which is like the opposite of things that he normally do. We don't know where Putin's stance is. That's based on what the mainstream media are saying. Very typical of the US that when such event or announcement comes out, they try to see how they can control this information, and that is why they came out and said that the US have started a disinformation campaign against the US election. And normally this is what they do. Election, they always come out with they always come out saying that Russian is influencing or Russian is supporting a candidate, and this time around it's not different. So without wasting so much time, if this is the first time you're here on this channel, please I would like you to like and subscribe to this channel. So with that said, I want us to go and see the video where departments were laying out some of the threats that the Russian disinformation campaign is spreading. Let's dive into the video.
Justice Department's message is clear. We have no tolerance for attempts by authoritarian regimes to exploit our democratic system of government. Look, it's an acceleration of, and it's an increased sophistication of, and it's use of AI and cyber techniques that were not available in earlier elections. So we're just seeing more and more. It's coming faster and faster. It's now AI fueled. They're now using bot farms in a way that was not possible.
Well, they've gotten more sophisticated. They've gotten more organized, and quite frankly, they've gotten more funding. Support right at the top of the Kremlin. We believe Mr. Putin is witting of this scheme, or these schemes, I should say. There's more than one. But they've gotten a lot more clever.
Influencing, especially the 2024 presidential election. Attorney General Garland said that they're seeking a preferred outcome here. What is that preferred outcome? What do you see this Russian propaganda working towards?
They are working towards undermining U.S. policies, the kinds of U.S. policies.
From what we have so far, there's no strong evidence pointing to Russia influencing the U.S. election.
That this administration has been laboring so hard to pursue around the world, shoring up alliances and partnerships in the Indo-Pacific, supporting Ukraine, obviously.
But is that to say that they're working to undermine the Democratic candidate, in this case Kamala Harris?
I don't have specific.
I don't think what we've heard, there's any strong suggestion that points to the Russians influencing the U.S. election. I think this endorsement of Kamala Harris has really changed things. The deep state are being very careful. They don't want to come and say directly accuse Russia that Russia interfering in the election, because they didn't say it. What they said was they were using memes and using bots to try to influence the youth. And they also said that the Russians are also sponsoring some influencers to propagate US election disinformation. If you look at it, Putin endorsed Kamala and he didn't endorse Trump. If he had endorsed Trump, I guess justice would have come blazing, saying Russian is interfering in the election. They are directly sponsoring or supporting Trump. But right now, you can see that they didn't say anything about his support for Kamala, because clear that the Justice Department and all are working for Kamala Harris and to ensure that she wins the next election.
Evidence that I can speak to about undermining a particular candidate, but we have seen in the past where Mr. Putin certainly has shown a proclivity for one particular candidate. But I don't want to get ahead of where we are right now. Where we are right now is we know that they are using these tools, these vehicles, this funding to sow discord and try to increase disunity here in the United States.
It sounds to me like you're downplaying the fact that Vladimir Putin is using people like Dave Rubin, whose show you went on in February, as a tool for his propaganda.
So I'm not downplaying Vladimir Putin's designs or Xi Jinping's designs or the Ayatollah's designs to try to influence our election. But using money to try to promote memes or videos on the internet is not exactly going to make a huge difference. Again, you shouldn't knowingly do that. I don't know if any of these people knowingly did it.
Do you know young people who some people only get their information from those memes and videos?
But Dana, what would be catastrophic is if a foreign government, say, hacked into the voter registration system during voting, or hacked into election machines and erased votes, or turned off the electricity in a big city on election day. Those are things that are serious threats.
Wow, straight to the point. Do you hear what he just said? He said what constitutes a threat is when the voters registration is being hacked, when the voters machine is being hacked, or when the electric grid is being tampered on. That is when you call it a serious threat. And so far, no foreign bodies has hacked into the voters registration or into the voters machine for you to now start saying that Russia interfering in the US election. He said you cannot compare it to promoting and paying for memes and for video. So what do you think, guys? Do you think the US is overreacting, or do you think that the reaction is warranted? So whatever your opinions are, I would like to read them in the comment section. If this is your first time on this channel, I'd like you to like, subscribe, and also turn on your notification so you'll be aware when we drop another video. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.
Are those active threats? Are you?
I am worried about those kind of threats, sure.
Is that based on what you're being briefed on?
It's based on the vulnerabilities that all of our infrastructure around the country has. That worries me a lot more than a few videos or memes. Again, this is the kind of thing that foreign governments like Russia does, and no one should knowingly and wittingly partake in it, but it's really not all that consequential in the grand scheme of things.